Hey, Happy New Year! Here are 5 stupid things I've noticed since last time. Pope calls for humility and simplicity from gilded pulpit. Today, Christmas has become a commercial celebration whose bright lights hide the mystery of God's humility, which in turn calls us to humility and simplicity. Those words were spoken during a Christmas Eve Mass held in St. Peter's Basilica, one of the largest, most ornate and ostentatious churches in the world, located in Vatican City, which is the seat of government for the largest, wealthiest, most powerful religious sect in the world, delivered by the leader of that sect, who then retired for the evening to his luxurious apartments on the top floor of a building called the Apostolic Palace. I was going to make a comment here, but I think I just did. 93-year-old former state employee denied voter ID. Thelma Mitchell, a former maid who cleaned the state capitol in Nashville, Tennessee for over 30 years, was denied a voter ID by a clerk at a state driver's license center about a week before Christmas. The clerk told Thelma that her old state ID from her cleaning job did not meet the standards of a newly passed voter identification law and suggested that she come back with a copy of her birth certificate. When Thelma told the clerk that she had been born in 1918 in Alabama, delivered by a midwife, and that she had never had a birth certificate, the clerk suggested that she might be an illegal immigrant. Well, hopefully this little misunderstanding will be cleared up in time for Thelma Mitchell and the other elderly Tennesseans who have been denied voter IDs for similar reasons since this new law was enacted to exercise their constitutionally guaranteed rights to vote. And hey, if not, at least it'll cut down on all of that virtually non-existent voter fraud, eh? Small price to pay. Same-sex couples owe more taxes. An analysis by CNN Money and H&R Block published last week found that some same-sex couples may owe as much as $6,000 more in federal income tax than comparable opposite-sex couples because same-sex unions, now recognized to some degree by a dozen states, are not recognized by the federal government. The statute that prohibits federal recognition of same-sex marriages, the Defense of Marriage Act, also prevents same-sex marriages from being covered under the full faith and credit clause of the Constitution. Between violating that and the equal protection under the law clause of the 14th Amendment, DOMA seems like kind of a shitty law that we ought to just, get rid of. But a lot of people disagree with me on that. I wonder what they have against the Constitution. Church enforcer beats wayward children. Paul Kim, age 39, works for a Lutheran church in La Habra, California. What his official duties are, I have no idea, but unofficially, he's the guy the members of the church count on to smack their kids around for them. According to the Sacramento Bee, Kim is currently being investigated for allegedly hitting a teenager, quote, about a dozen times. The teenager in question was, quote, feared to be smoking after being caught smoking. A sentence that shows shitty newspaper writing is by no means exclusive to Hagerstown. Now, you people who are hiring out the violent discipline of your children to a church employee are Lutherans, but I don't think you know what that means. I mean, sure, counting on a church official to slap the smooth, mild taste out of your child's mouth for trying a cigarette is fine if you're a Catholic, but come on, you guys are Protestants. Beat your own damn kids. Catholic Charities take their bigoted ball and go home. Catholic Charities has mostly closed up shop in the state of Illinois. Why? Because of a new state policy forbidding the organization from discriminating against same-sex couples who wish to serve as foster parents or adopt children. Fortunately, there are other agencies to look after those children, agencies including some religiously affiliated ones who place the welfare of the children in their care ahead of following their own backwards bigoted rules. Catholic Charities offers services to over 10 million impoverished adults and children in America, and now we see just how important to the charity and the church those people truly are. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time.